Hey guys, I'm Janet on occasion, and today we're playing another Total War Warhammer II Battle Replay. This one I am playing as the Dark Elves against the Tomb Kings led by Sekarma of Total Brohammer. So it should be a fun one. He was actually on the channel recently in a community cast, so that's always fun. And also, this is kind of the opposite of a replay I played the other day when I was sort of pleading for, you know, just make me love the Tomb Kings was basically the, you know, the topic of that video. But so it's the opposite of that today. And I think it tends to favour the Dark Elves just because of all the affordable armour piercing. But I got a little bit unconventional because I know that people are going to want to get on top of that armour piercing stuff quickly. So instead of having Dark Shards, I went with Black Arc Corsairs with handbows. They got 360 firing arc, fire while moving, and honestly, although they don't have you know, armour piercing as like sort of a tag for the missile damage, it still really adds up. It's quite a sizable amount. So these guys between them can do a lot of damage to a lot of constructs, and they can just keep running away from them to avoid damage. So very useful. Also, 3 units of spearmen in the front. That's all I've got for a front line. But it doesn't matter because my back line is so maneuverable, so I don't really have to hold out and defend it. I've just got some spearmen just to bog stuff down a bit. So it works. Also, Cold One chariots. Love these guys, they're great. Their missile damage is amazing. And I think again I said in that replay I was going to try these guys out. So yeah, here it is, I suppose. So 102 missile damage and armor piercing, and of course they're chariots, so they're going to be great at just, you know, running through infantry. And Tomb Kings have a lot of very cheap, quite floppy infantry that you can just bowl out of the way. So it works really well. I really like these guys as a pick. Really got to watch out, you know, if anything big catches up to these guys, they're going to really suffer. They're going to rampage. It's not good, but as long as you can keep them safe, you know, they can get a lot of work done in a battle. Snatches Harvesters, they have Soul Stealer and Word of Pain. What more do I need to say? That's absolute genius. It just does the job. It's great against Tomb Kings, where they tend to invest a lot of money into very few elite things. Using Word of Pain to lower their melee attack, so they can't really do anything. Great. And also, if they clump up, that Soul Stealer is going to get great value. Same reason I brought it on Marathi. So Marathi, she has great debuffs when she's attacking people. Just really lowers melee defense and melee attack around her. And yeah, it's increased when she's in combat. So she's going to be great at fighting anything low tier, and even high tier, you know, if I have the advantage already, she can just run in and help me wrap things up quicker. So absolutely love Marathi in this matchup. I think she's fantastic, and so hard to just pin down, you know. She's very mobile on that Dark Pegasus. And finally over here, Knights of the Ebon Claw. So these guys don't rampage, which is awesome. Most Dread Knights and things do, so that's nice. I like that. And very good, reliable unit. Load of weapon strength, you know, armor piercing. And also, I've got the anti-large variant as well, so obviously these guys are going to be great against constructs, but also they're just heavy calves, so they're going to be great at bowling over infantry and such. So yeah, a lot of use out of these two, I think. So also, Carrion in the back. Obviously they're not mine. They're Sekarma's. He's brought some Carrion. He's got 3 lots. Also, he's got a Tomb Scorpion, and another one over there, actually. His front line, mostly spears, but he does have some halberds as well. Here he's got the Chosen of the Gods, being protected by some Skeleton Spearmen. He has a Necrotect, Scepter of the Imperishable and War Sphinx, and a separate Kemrian War Sphinx. So, pretty fun. So I'm trying to get some initial early damage on the Tomb Scorpion here with my missile attacks, and it will do a bit. It'll do a bit. I don't know what that one was doing, running straight out there. Anyway, Chosen of the Gods, he's focusing on the Cold One chariots. He said before this started how much he hated Cold One chariots. So, of course I brought them. You know, I'm awful. So here you can see all the Corsairs are getting some good damage into this Kemrian War Sphinx. You know, that's a sizable amount. So, yeah, not bad. Check that out. See? Told you. It adds up. So, Spearmen trying to block things in place, but I mean, it's a Tomb Scorpion. I can't really block any of this stuff. But I can surround them with the Cold One Knights, so that way my other units can capitalise a bit more. So here, it looks like I was going to use a Doom Bolt, then I changed my mind and used something else entirely, which is showing up over here, which seems odd. Unless that wasn't my spell at all. I don't know what's going on there. Okay, cool. You know, you do you. So here, brilliant move. Carrion blocked a load of my units in, so the spearmen were able to catch up. So you see I've taken a ton of damage on Snatches Harvesters, mainly from the Chosen of the Gods, trying to shoot at the Cold One chariots and hitting the wrong unit. But look at this, I still can't get out of this fight. These spearmen are going to do a lot of damage to the Snatches Harvesters, so that's really good. Try and get these guys out of the way before they use a Soul Stealer. Speaking of which, here's a Soul Stealer. So these guys are going to take a ton of damage. Did he get affected? No, he didn't. Oh, slightly mistimed. Almost had him. But here, he's trying to chase things, and he can't catch up to the chariots. They're just going to keep shooting and getting damage in. The Corsairs with handbows, they're going to keep firing and getting damage in. These Corsairs, they're going to keep firing. That Necrotect is getting absolutely slaughtered. So I used a upgraded Doom and Darkness on a clump of stuff. It affected the unit here too, which actually crumbled as a result of it, which is awesome. But it did hit these other 2 units, and it is really helping against the Necrotect. that you can see is also crumbling. That was sort of an accident. I actually really just wanted the spearman out of the way. I shouldn't have really bothered to upgrade it, but it worked wonders. Necrotect took a ton of damage while he was crumbling, so that's really good. Always go to the Necrotect. So here, Carrion's still chasing this stuff so he can get the spearman onto it. But here, I'm actually going to double back, because you see Morathi is going to hunt down this Necrotect. So Nehru's incantation of protection has gone down, so that is going to help. You know, I don't have magic damage on Morathi as far as I know. Nope. So that's going to help him out a bit. So, yeah. So here, I'm blocking these spearmen by charging them with Cold One Chariots, and I hit with the Melkoths to slow them down and do a bit of extra damage. So that's nice. So I'm doing a lot of damage to these spearmen, and that's good. So over here, huge blob of stuff. This is getting really deadly. But, of course, Morathi is in this combat, and she's only fighting a Necrotect that she doesn't really have to worry about too much. So all of this stuff is going to get massively debuffed. Their stats are going to go way down. So you see, it keeps changing, but 18 and 33... for the combat stats, etc., it's pathetic. So Morathi is really helping this engagement, which is, you know, about time too, because the Knights of the Evenclaw and the Cold One Knights have got very hurt here as Sekarma converged. But I'm getting a load of damage here with all the Corsairs. This is fantastic. So here, Sash's Harvesters are moving out to position, and they're going to use a Soul Stealer. Unfortunately, I don't get any of the Cambrian War Sphinxes in here, but I did hit both of the Tomb Scorpions. I want to get these guys out of the way. They're being a nuisance. I don't want to waste any more ammunition on them. Especially now they're in combat, they're harder to hit. So I'm getting a load of damage, and with Morathi here, everything's getting debuffed, so it's all just getting completely flattened, which is great. Rear charge from Sash's Harvesters, everything crumbles immediately. So that's nice. I'm happy with that. And here you can see all these guys are taking a lot of damage. All these constructs have just been getting whittled down. Sure, my Corsairs have been, but then Corsairs don't cost half as much as all of these units, you know. So over here, unfortunately, I don't know quite how this happened. My Cold One Chariot got caught out, rampaged. I think maybe he's further back, got shot, rampaged and charged in. That could be it. Anyway, bit of a pain, bit of a pain. So that's one real disadvantage with the Cold One Chariots, is if they do rampage, they can get dealt with very easily. You need them to keep cycle charging and running through units. As soon as they just stand there and fight, they get killed very quickly. So here, brave charge, 4 Cold One Knights are going to try and take on this War Sphinx. And, no, not so good. Alright, that's what, 3? Yeah, 3 of them died. They're all dead. Alright, never mind. I mean, it spared these guys for a bit. They managed to get some more shots in. That's nice. Over here, Ushabti summon. So this was bold, actually. So I had the Corsairs fighting the Tomb Scorpion along with Morathi, which would have been fine, but then, boom, Ushabti on top of them. So I had to pull Morathi out of there, and I've tried to pull the Black Ark Corsairs out too, which isn't bad. They're getting some good shots in. That is actually doing a lot of damage to the Ushabti. Over here, though, all my cav here, Sash's Harvesters and Knights of the Evenclaw, they have Cetra surrounded. So I'm going to try and hit her with a Doom Bolt, which should do some good damage. Morathi's going to charge in to debuff and help kill. She's got good anti-large, and that's going to work wonders. So Cetra is going to take a ton of damage, but he's actually managing to get... Yeah, he managed to keep me wrapped up while all this stuff charged in, which is a real pity. I was really hoping that wouldn't happen. There he goes, now he goes, and now I'm in a big fight again, which is very upsetting. But luckily, I have Corsairs everywhere. And I've got these guys also poised, which I thought had, yeah, ammo left. Apparently not. But, tasty Soul Stealer. So yeah, another Soul Stealer's going to go down. And that's going to be too much for these guys. And Morathi coming in to do further debuffs. I mean, Morathi's still got full health. It's mad. And at this point, everything else crumbles. So there we go. That was quite good, wasn't it? Anyway, I guess just finish off these Ushabti. Come on, guys, you can do it. Just some Ushabti. They're already melting. There we go. Attaboy. So, yeah, Morathi did a wonderful job. I love Morathi in this matchup. Just being able to debuff stuff is amazing. Because the thing is, constructs don't have the best combat stats, generally. They just have amazing splash damage. You know, they usually have anti-infantry. So when Morathi gets involved with her anti-large and debuffing the hell out of their stats, it just lets everything get really good value on them. It's very scary. She's very formidable in this, and with Soul Stealer, you can just keep getting your health back, and there's not a lot that's quick enough to really catch her out in the Tomb King's roster, so she's quite a safe lord as well. If she does happen to get, you know, sort of focused on by missiles and things for a while, she can escape and then use a Soul Stealer, you know, when she, at her earliest convenience, and then come back in and carry on killing, which is pretty great. Absolutely love her in this matchup, and Sinesh's Harvesters as well. Although they didn't get a huge amount of kills, yeah, their spells were really good. They were really useful having those free spells, and they did keep harassing stuff. It kept a lot of stuff busy. It's very nice, and rear charges as well. It just helped crumble things very quickly. You see here the Corsairs. I mean, it's hard to tell how well they did because they did almost, you know, they got almost no kills, but they got a lot of damage into all the constructs. The Spearmen, they held out. That's fine. That's all I wanted them for. So, some pretty good stuff all round. I mean, look at the chevrons that the Black Ark Corsairs got. I think I only put chevrons into the Dread Spears for this one. I can't quite remember, but it seems odd that would have done the, you know, these 5 units and not that one. So I think they earned some. Anyway, it was good. It was good fun. I liked this. And Sekarma, I think, went really ballsy with this build. Going construct heavy is dangerous because of all the reliable armor-piercing missiles. And, well, armor-piercing everything. Dark Elves are very good at piercing armor for very cheap. So it's dangerous. Definitely dangerous. So very ballsy pick. But really cool build, though. I really do like it. The fact that he was able to keep harassing me. I think if I had anything other than Corsairs, he could have just, you know, smashed up a load of my ranged units and then focused on one unit at a time. He could just walked his way down the line and killed everything. But because I was able to just run off in loads of different directions, it pulled his army apart and let me focus them one at a time, you know, with my cavalry and things. So it really helped me out. Just these Corsairs, I think, were vital in this build. Without them, yeah, I think it would have just been a domino effect. He would have hit one unit, then the next, until it was all gone. But yeah, didn't let him do that, so that's good. That's a lot of fun. So yeah, cool. So guys, if you don't know Sekarma, he shares a channel with John Torn. It's called Total Brohammer, and you should go check it out. Both really cool guys, and they play a lot of Warhammer. So really cool. So guys, if you enjoyed this, please do comment, like, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Have a good day, guys.